Hello YouTube, it's Joe the 50 something dasher with another video here I originally had meant to post on Wednesday, and this is when this delivery happened. But if you read my post to the community post where I talked about I was called into the W2, so I haven't had a chance to do the video until today. But I did receive today my final pay on this order. So by shooting the video now, I'm able to provide the end of the story here. But as I said in that post, worked the whole entire week at the W2. Wednesday originally was supposed to be my only day off. So I just, for whatever reason, decided to, early in the morning, is probably about 7:15 range, I decided to turn on Deliver That and see if I get anything. My wife and I had a couple different things to do, but it was kind of like one of these situations where if I got some kind of order and it wasn't going to take too long, we could work around that and do the stuff that we had to do around that catering order. So I turned it on, and for the next probably half hour or so, it was the usual, like, Deliver That shenanigans, where, like, my phone goes off. I talked about this in previous video. The phone goes off. I tap the accept button. No, the order's been given to another driver. And we keep playing that game for about 15-20 minutes. Basically, I'm just getting around doing stuff in first thing in the morning type of stuff. So, and I'd have the phone sitting near me as I was doing this or that. Order would go off. I'd hit it. No, it's been given to another driver. At one point, my wife was like, "Man, that thing's been going off a lot, but you still haven't got anything?" And I said, "No, because I'm not sitting here and like holding the phone like this with my finger, and then like, oh, there's an offer, and like hit the button as fast as I can and like sit here like this until I get something." And, I told her, I was like, can you imagine that? I'm sure there's people out there, Deliver That drivers, that's how they're living their life. They're holding the phone and then their finger like this, and they're like in this position, waiting to like hit that button for like 16 hours a day, probably straight. I mean, I can't imagine living my life like that, but I mean, and she was like, "Well, if by chance there's some of these people that's maybe their only source of income, and you got to do what you got to do." So, like, for instance, but with me, I had it, like, for instance, when I finally did get an order, I had it like, I was doing dishes. So I had it on one side of the counter. I was doing dishes. The thing would go off. I'd hit the button. No, it's been given to another driver. Keep doing, load some more dishes in the dishwasher. It goes off again. No, it's given to another driver. Okay. And so that's how it was going for like 10 minutes. And then I got something, lo and behold, miraculously, I got an order. I couldn't believe it. And it was a pretty good one. So it was a Bibby Bop order, and basically delivering, I got a couple screenshots to include here. You see on this first one, the date and the order cost, it was $103.39 and 1.9 miles. So basically, one of my main pickup areas in this zone, Bibby Bop is just like on one side of the interstate, and this customer was on the other side of the interstate. I mean, easy as could be. And so, this second screenshot here, the pay, 703 was the base pay plus the tip pool. So I could pretty well figure that this was going to pay somewhere in that $30 range. for only, taking not much time at all, probably. So I went ahead and kept it. And another kind of funny story about this, I wanted to leave it'd take me about 15 minutes to get there. So I was going to leave right at, 15 minutes is when I planned on leaving. And if I got lucky and would only get stopped at maybe 2 traffic lights, I could probably get there in 10 minutes if I got lucky. So I'm waiting. And then I get this threatening text from Deliver That, this automated text with about 20 minutes to go. It said, you need to be online and start this trip in the next 5 minutes, or we're going to give it to somebody else. And I don't know. I don't know. There's just several of these different things so far I don't think I like about Deliver That. I mean, I have the order, don't I? And I haven't canceled it yet, have I? So I planned, unless you see me cancel it, I plan to do it. Well, what do you think I'm doing here? And can't the system see I'm only like 3 miles from the pickup, and you're texting me over 20 minutes before I need to be there? I don't know. That text that just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. I'm sorry, but and I guess I deleted it. I was gonna screenshot that and to include in this video, but I guess I deleted it. So I head to to Bibby Bop. I was pretty much right on time, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes early even, and the order wasn't ready. So I had to wait. It's probably about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes, not too long. I'll I'll throw up another screenshot. Well, first of all, they gave me the order. I had my Deliver That bag, one of them, which I still have not used yet. On order number 1, if you watch that video, the Subway order was too tall to go in the bag. This order, Bibby Bop had their own catering bags they put the stuff in. And it was a lot of food. $103, and my wife even said the same thing. They gave me 2 catering bags full of stuff. And I didn't count the meals, but there was quite a few meals there, and Bibby Bop's not cheap. So I'm wondering, when you see some of these totals, if the customer's gotten some kind of discount somehow, some way, or been able to use like rewards or points, or to not pay as much, and you're not on some of these orders, maybe you're not seeing the true accurate dollar amount of what the food costs. I don't know, but this seemed like a lot more than this seemed like a $150, $160 order anyway. But like I said, gives me the bags. There were fortunately no drinks or anything, so that was good. So we go out to the car, load my car up, and then I go to, click depart store, and next screenshot here, it says I was like a minute and 49 seconds overdue. Because I went past the estimated departure time because I had to wait in there. And now if I would have slid that over, like as the guy was giving me the food and right after he did the signature, if I would have done it then I wouldn't have seen that message. But it took a couple minutes to get outside, get it into the car, and all that kind of thing. And that's another thing I was going to say about, like, so far my experience just in the very early beginnings here, just only 2 orders in. I don't think I'm a big fan of the schedules. Um, with DoorDash, it's totally different. Whatever kind of order that I receive, I get the order, accept it, and boom, then I'm on my way. I get to the restaurant as soon as I can get there. I pick up the food as soon as I can get the food or whatever the order is, and then I immediately depart and go to the customer, get to the customer whenever I can get there, as soon as I can. I don't really like these timetables and schedules and everything with deliver that, but I understand it's a different type of ordering. The customers are ordering ahead and scheduling ahead, and I get it and everything, but I guess I'm just used to DoorDash maybe, and I prefer that type of delivery driving better. Um, Even though, don't get me wrong, the opportunities on, catering orders on deliver that, and the pay and everything, I mean, it's good opportunities. So it's just, like I said, I'm just not a big fan of the schedules. Okay, so I deliver that. No pun intended. I deliver that order. And it just takes me, I don't know, 5-6 minutes to get to this customer. Again, just like with my last deliver that order, GPS kind of routed me and the turning on the wrong roads or whatever, but I rebounded, still got there early. And you probably saw in the previous screenshot, the instructions by the customer said to come into the unattended lobby and just text them and they'd come and get the food. I mean, how simple is that? So I got in the lobby, and just like the instructions said, nobody's there. I go to text, but the customer came out before I could even type up a text and just grabbed the food from me. So that was awesome. I didn't have to do any kind of setup or anything. And again, second time in a row, I have a problem with the picture. Again, this happens. So I go to take the picture, and I have the customer kind of hold the sack in the way where I could also get the company logo like in the background. Okay, so I take my picture and then press the button or whatever to upload it, whatever the step. And then he says, he thanks me, and I tell him to have a good day, blah, blah, blah. He goes and departs through the door back into the offices or whatever. And then come to find out, the picture did not take. And I gotta like do it again. And I just, I don't know why it's just, some things I like about the deliver that, like the app and the how it's set up, and other things I do not like about it. I don't like the GPS on it, how it pulls GPS up in a separate, application. I don't like the signatures and the pictures, how you have to complete those steps and kind of like return back to that menu. I wish it would be like DoorDash, where it just shoots you through the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. You're not doing a step and then going back to a menu, doing a step, going back to a menu. You just boom, 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 knock out the steps. But with deliver that, it's tricky. And I've had issues with it. And so basically, for my second, I mean, the customer, like I said, is already gone with the food. So I got to take another picture. I don't have the food or anything. I just took a picture of the company logo and then submitted that. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? So that was kind of aggravating. And then that was it. Other than those couple little, challenges, is, fairly easy order. Didn't take me that long at all. And then, like I said, and then today I got the email with the final pay. It was, the total that I got was $31.31. So yeah, for only driving a couple miles, and pretty easy order, and easy pickup, delivery, no setup. I mean, can't beat that. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video. That's it for that story, that order. And not sure yet about my schedule for this coming week, if I'll be doing any gig work or not. Stay tuned. And as always, be safe driving out there. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you next time.